Welcome back to Beyond the Unknown. I'm Alex Carter.
And I'm Olivia Reyes.
Today we're diving into episode 28, Putin's Praise, Hope for U.S. and Russian Peace.
Yeah, we found this report recently and thought it'd be interesting to, take a look at it together.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing here is this report centers around, Russian President Vladimir Putin offering praise for former U.S. President Donald Trump.
Yeah, and pretty direct praise, which is unusual for him.
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty rare to hear that. And this all comes just after Trump's reelection and that recent assassination attempt on the former president.
Right. And the report really highlights Putin's words, commending Trump's courage. He actually said, and I quote,
Yeah, let's hear it.
"His courage and response under extraordinary conditions revealed his strength as a leader, showing him to be a man of courage."
I mean, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, and then later he added, "One may treat him as they want, but from the very beginning, in his first presidential iteration, many said he was a businessman primarily, and that he knows little about politics and may make mistakes. But his behavior during the assassination attempt made an impression on me. He showed himself as a courageous man, someone who stands by his ideals and is willing to fight for them."
Yeah, I think it's interesting to see how some Americans have viewed this praise from Putin fairly positively.
Yeah, the report touches on that there's this sentiment from some Americans who see it as a potential, a potential opening for better relations between the two
Right,
countries.
like could this be a step toward de-escalation?
Exactly, and you even see it on social media. Like one person commented, "America and Russia should not be enemies. Respect between one another should be the bare minimum."
Yeah, and another added, I pray that peace will come. I'm tired of these wars in Ukraine and the Middle East.
Right, people are really looking for some hope here.
Yeah, and I think, on that note, Putin himself addressed U.S. leadership more broadly, stating that Russia is open to working with any U.S. leader trusted by the American people.
I remember that quote. It was, "We will work with any head of state trusted by the American people. That will indeed be the case in practice."
It's a pretty straightforward statement.
Yeah, he doesn't mince words, does he?
No, not really. And I think it's important to recognize here, though, the report really emphasizes that, despite this moment of mutual respect, there are still, some serious geopolitical differences between the U.S. and Russia.
Oh, yeah, definitely, especially when you consider NATO and everything that's happening in Ukraine.
Right. Those are really complex issues.
For sure.
So, for those unfamiliar, maybe we can quickly touch on what NATO is and why it's so important in this context.
Yeah, definitely NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It's this military alliance formed after World War II, and it's meant to ensure collective security for its members, which includes the U.S. and a lot of European countries.
Right. And Russia has always seen NATO expanding eastward as a threat to its security.
Yeah, that's been a major point of contention between Russia and the West, especially with what's going on in Ukraine.
Exactly. And the conflict in Ukraine is another complex situation.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of history there. But to put it simply, Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine back in 2014 and has been supporting separatists in eastern Ukraine, which has led to international condemnation and sanctions against Russia.
Right. So while Putin's praise for Trump and his statement about working with any U.S. leader might seem like a positive sign, it's important to see it in the context of all these geopolitical tensions.
For sure. I mean, these issues aren't going to just vanish overnight. They need sustained dialogue, compromise, and a genuine effort to rebuild trust from both sides.
Yeah, that's a good point. The report doesn't offer a simple solution. It's not like there's an easy answer here.
Right. But it does present this glimmer of hope. It suggests that even with these long-standing conflicts, moments of mutual respect can still emerge.
And I think that's a possibility worth exploring, even if the path forward is uncertain.
Yeah, definitely. And it raises a question for all of us, Could this be the start of a new chapter in U.S. Russia relations, one built on understanding and a shared desire for peace?
It's a big question. And what do you think about all of this? Do you see Putin's praise as genuine, or are you a bit skeptical? What do you think the future holds for these two global powers? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Remember, it's through open dialogue and engaging with different viewpoints that we can really start to understand these complex global challenges and work toward a better future.
Well said. And that wraps up episode 28 of Beyond the Unknown, Putin's Praise, Hope for U.S. and Russian Peace. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
We'll be back next week with another fascinating topic from the world beyond the unknown. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep an open mind.